Hey guys, welcome back. Popping on today to do a layout for the Shimmers design team, and I'm using all of these gorgeous products. I've got a Vibes and Blushing Bride. I've got a Vibe and Glorious Day. I have this gorgeous spritz that you see there in the olive tone, a Shimmers and Berrylicious, really quick swash, obviously, and then a Shimmers in the Brink of Pink, which is a fab pink, guys. Like you have to have it. Now, we have this cut file, and I cut it out as big as I could on my, well, not my canvas, but on some textured white cardstock. And I thought it was perfect. And the goodies in this kit are the set of these 4 stickers. And yeah, I ended up just using adhesive on the back. And our dots are these 3 dots, and the one in the center reads Hello Fall. So really great goodies. And I thought I would use this new collection from Bo Bunny to go along with it. I thought the colors really worked. So I am going to flip the cut file upside down, and well, I don't even know what the right side is, but I'm going to use the cut file in this orientation and start playing along with these torn bits. And at this point, I don't know the direction my layout's going to go in, which is kind of fun because I really just like to wing it in crafting. You know, I don't plan ahead that much, but I do know I want some torn bits on the top and on the bottom, and I will end up changing out where the pink is as opposed to the yellow and all that once I get crafting, because spoiler alert, my background gets rather pink in a hurry. So I'm going to do a little bit of pencil lines around my cut file because I'm going to do kind of a messy watercolor technique, and that will allow me to paint inside the lines-ish, kind of a little bit. I'll be using this olive tone for the leaves, and I'm going to be using my Glorious Day paint for the florals, and then all the pinks will be my background. Now, I did try to press lightly on my background, but you know, it came off pretty dark, and that'll happen. I did gesso the background of my page, and when you do, the graphite really likes to grab onto it, which is totally fine because I actually like pencil lines as well. So all I'm doing at this point is doing an imperfectly perfect fun little bit of painting. I poured a little bit of my Glorious Day paint right into this handy dandy palette that I found that I didn't know I owned. And I'm just painting inside the lines a little bit of the flowers, and then the center bit is going to be a little bit on the messy side because I just need to get color in there. I'm going to have this gorgeous cut file over it, as you see right there. Next up is my olive paint, and as you see there, I just did the same exact thing. I am just doing a little bit of color in the lines, which, you know, it leaks out of the lines a little bit. It's okay. This is a handmade project. Makes it look just that much more me. Oh, blurry, ew. Anywho, so I'm going to go ahead and get all my leaves taken care of. And, oh, isn't that fun how that goes? Anywho, I'm going to get them painted in, do a little bit of splotchy extras here and there where I want just a little bit more of the paint, and it's time to let it dry. Now, if you look up at the Glorious Day, do you see how I'm starting to get some of that shimmer as it dries? I love that. Glorious Day may be my favorite gold. I don't know. I love all of the gold paints so much. So I poured some of the Vibes paint just into my well as well. And then my other 2 paints, I have opened my Shimmers paints because Shimmers already have the liquid in them, so I did not do so. Now, when I go ahead to use my Shimmers, I will dip my paintbrush in a little bit of water because I want it to be able to move around. But what I'm doing here with the Vibes is I am going ahead and giving the rest of my background area, the area between where I have the 2 torn paper areas, kind of an overall coat. Now I have gesso on the background of all of this, so it's going to allow me to keep moving the paint around as opposed to just sucking right in and drying right away. I did go ahead and move some of that gorgeous Shimmers paint up into the little paint well. And the reason why I did that is I knew that I wanted to add water to it and I didn't want to mess too much with the integrity of the paint that was in the pot. I was like, what should I do with that? So I think that worked out well. And right now, guys, I know it's a total hot mess. I'm just trying to get the paint moving around on my background. And quite frankly, when you put the cut file on, it goes da-da, and it all comes together just so wonderfully. So I had a handy dandy stencil sitting to the right of me, so I thought I'd go ahead and just smush it into the paint a little bit to see what kind of texture I can get with it. I'm also going ahead and trying to get some paper towel markings on. You know how you get like that little woven bit with paper towel? I like that it leaves a little bit of texture behind when you dab it into the wet paint. Okay, it's time to grab the Brink of Pink, which is such a clever name, and get some of that popped on as splatty bits. It is so gorgeous and so shimmery. I'm gonna get a little bit of water going with it so it can move around better. And guys, I love using the world's cheapest paintbrush for splatty bits. It flicks off the brush so incredibly well. This is one of those that's like 10 for $1 paintbrushes. And it works. It totally does the thing. So I am doing some pretty liberal splatty bits all over where I had my other painting. And part of that is like, okay, I was thinking that the sunflower bit will have all those speckles like sunflowers do. And quite frankly, I just love splatty bits. They're my fave. They're my fave mixed media. Okay, so I went ahead and matted my photos onto a little bit of scrap pattern paper. And then I'm gonna go ahead and double mat them onto these sticker bits. And the craft color, it's such a great neutral. So I'm just gonna go ahead and layer things right on up. And yeah, I like the vibe. Did I tell you guys about these pictures? So we have this cut file, right, which is this gorgeous sunflower. And I just so happen to be growing sunflowers in my backyard, and I had just taken these pictures of a closed sunflower head and then one that had just opened up, and they were next to each other, and they're so pretty, and I can see them from all of the back windows in my house. It's very fun to grow them. They're like dramatic, and you can see them from the entire yard. I just love it. So I'm going to put some dimensional adhesive just in the sunflower center area, and I want the rest to be kind of flowy. And I also went ahead and put some dimensional adhesive on the back of my photos. I was showing you there like that great little bit of shininess that I have. I have my pattern papers on the top and the bottom. They are torn and scuffy, so they are giving us some nice dimension. And now I'm fitting in my little sunflower piece, and see how it comes together the moment the cut file's on there. It is like the wonder of cut files, how it can bring it together and just go, oh yeah, I meant it. That's what I'm going with anyway. And I'm going ahead and doing just a little bit more scuffy because I want some of that black to show through. So yeah, I do like the way it came together. This Bow Bunny collection is yeah, it's so pretty. It is just so pretty. And that yellow paper, I don't know if you can see it, it has tickets all over it. All right, so time to go ahead and get my photos on. So I trimmed a couple of the little bits on the cut file because they were hanging over my photos too much, but this is just enough. So there were these circular elements in the embellishments in this collection. So I went ahead and found some and put my dots right on top so they'd have a bit of a larger anchor. And then of course I'm going to go ahead and find all kinds of other bits to put in behind them. My mixed media is done, cut file is on. I have those little craft goodies behind my photos. So this is coming together rather nicely. Oh, and these dots have this little pop dot kind of dimensional adhesive behind it. So I just left that on and used it for the adhesive, and it's giving me just the perfect amount of shadow. Okay, so now this is going to be the big faff around with the pieces in this collection, and while making sure that my mixed media shows nicely, but I also want to bring out, like, let's say for example, the Gloria's Day paint by using lots of this mustard yellow tone in the collection. And of course you see all the pink with the pink with the pink. These are these clear stickers that I'm going to go ahead and find places for, because it's interesting. Like, sometimes I love clear stickers and sometimes I fight with them, but I really liked this time to be able to see all of the texture and dimension and goodies that are beneath them. I'm going to pop on a couple of puffies. I like to put wordy stickers on top of dots and flare and whatever you want to call them. So that's what you see me doing there. And I'm going ahead and putting an arrow next to my dots. I'm putting a puffy dot next to my dots and kind of repeating elements here and there. I'm grabbing the brink of pink again to do some splatty bits on the new product that I have added. I want some on my cut file and on the embellishments that I have here and there around the page, which will then make it all come together. The background to the foreground and the foreground to the background and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, and I do want to kind of change a little bit these little journaling spots, because I'm not using them as journaling spots. So I just switch them out a little bit. I didn't need as much white showing. Okay, covering my photo and going ahead and doing some liberal splatty bits here, there, and everywhere. And guys, I'm telling you, something about this made it feel like this layout was complete. I also wanted to remind you guys, when you guys place your next order, put my name in the comments so you can score yourself a freebie. You get like a small sample, or you get a sample size or a little Shimmers product. And how awesome is that you might end up trying something that you didn't really even know that you wanted. So you just pop my name in the comments and yeah, you score a freebie on your next order. It's easy peasy. And it also lets Shimmers know that you saw my video and you went over there and made yourself a nice little goodie order. Okay, I'm gonna have links down below for the website, for the blog, as well as the Facebook group. So come over, join us, show us what you're creating with these great products, and I will see you guys ever so soon with another video. Goodbye for now, friends.